Dear students, I welcome you in the lecture from the chapter Interest and EMI. In this lecture, we will see some basic terminology from for simple interest and compound interest. First, let us see the topic simple interest and compound interest. Interest. When a person, bank or institution borrows some amount of money from other person, bank or institution, the borrower has to pay some charge to the lender for the use of money. This charge is called interest. The interest depends on three factors: the sum of money borrowed, the rate of interest, and the time period for which money is borrowed. So, what is the concept of interest? A person, bank, or some institution takes money from some other person, bank, or institution for certain period of time. Then at the end of period, borrower has to pay. Borrower means the one who has taken money. So he has to return money with some extra charge, and that charge is called interest. Interest depends on three factors. So first factor, it depends on sum of money which is borrowed. So it depends on sum of money which is borrowed. Secondly, it depends on the rate of interest, and it also depends on the period for which money is borrowed. The sum of money borrowed is called principal or principal amount. Next term or next concept is term. The time for which money is borrowed is called term. It is also called as period. It is also called as period. Amount. The total sum of money returned by the borrower at the end of term to the lender is called amount. Amount equals to principal plus interest. So A is equal to P plus I. A is equal to P plus I, where A denotes amount, P denotes principal amount, and I denotes interest. Next concept, simple interest. When the interest is calculated on the principal amount, whatever the term may be, the interest is called simple interest. When interest is added to the principal at the end of each period and the total so obtained is treated as principal, for the next period, then the interest so obtained is called compound interest. So to understand the difference between simple and compound interest, let us see an example. Suppose a person has invested the amount of rupees 10,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum rate of interest. Then by simple interest, what will be the amount at the end of first year? It will be principal plus interest. So here the point to be noted is that this is interest 10% of 10,000 and it is always calculated on the principal amount. So 10,000 plus 10% of rupees 10,000, that is equal to 1,000, and total equals to 11,000. Now what will be the interest in second year? It will be 10% of 10,000. So again that is 1,000 and that will be added to the amount which is at the end of 11,000. So that equals to 11,000 plus 1,000, which equals to 12,000. So by simple interest the amount is rupees 12,000. Now let us calculate the amount by compound interest. So amount at the end of first year is again principal plus 10% of rupees 10,000, which is equal to rupees 11,000. Now the point to note is this: the amount at the end of first year will be treated as principal for this. So it will be treated as principal, and interest is again going to be 1,000. So 11,000 plus 10% of while calculating interest, this amount will be treated as principal. So 10% of rupees 11,000 is going to be rupees 1,100. So rupees 11,000 plus rupees 1,100 equals to rupees 12,100. Thus, the amount obtained by compound interest is rupees 12,100. Note the difference that it is here the principal is taken as 10,000, but here for compound interest the principal is taken as 11,000 at the end of second year. So this was the amount which was calculated by simple interest, and this is the amount which we have calculated by compound interest. So in this lecture we have seen some basic terminologies for simple and compound interest. In next lecture we will study formulae for simple interest. Thank you.